Base hit! Runners now on first and third base. 1 run scored, and now the score is 1-0. China leads. My name's Wang Yige, that's my Chinese name, but you can call me Brian. And I actually work with the Beijing Radio and Television Corporation. And I now in Hangzhou, actually in Shaoxing City, for the baseball match of the Hangzhou Asian Games. I actually started quite early. I announced the 2004 Asian Cups final, and that was in Gongti in Beijing. So that was a long time ago, and that was one of the most exciting moments for me to get in touch with sports announcement. Baseball is not exactly the same, but it's more or less similar. And then I did snooker commentating for a few years. That was also helpful. Of course, we also did together the 2022 Winter Games in Beijing and Zhangjiakou. Although at the award ceremony section, but that was also closely connected to sports. Normally, we would arrive 3 hours before the segment starts, and by saying the segment starts, it's normally 1.5 hours before the actual game starts. So that would make it 4.5 hours prior to the actual game. And we would probably have to leave, give or take half an hour to 1 hour after the game ends. So that would make one of my typical days here. It is a very long routine. Sometimes, as we did a few days ago, we had to work from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. to make it a really perfect preparation for the actual games. But we really love our job. It's exciting here. Yeah, we didn't have a lot of time. I think we started maybe 10 days prior to the first game. So we had to really learn very hard. We watched a lot of videos to learn relative terms, to be more confident about ourselves, calling out for different shots, different scenarios. So that was a lot of preparations. But at the end of the day, I think before the first match started, we were somewhat confident about what we do during the match. And yeah, it was a lot of work, a lot of preparation, but I think it was all very fruitful in the end. There are probably dozens of names. I can't really remember exactly all the names, but there are a lot of very difficult names because they come from all parts of Asia. And what we do is that we ask one of the maybe coaches or maybe team members to pronounce their names for us, i.e. The Philippines or teams from Laos. We would ask for their pronunciations and we would try to mimic as much as we possibly can. When a match is perfectly announced and perfectly done, that's probably our most proud moment because we've worked very hard for this, although not in a very long time. And that's exactly why we feel very proud, because through a very short period of time, we've done concentrated works and practices to make it as perfectly as it possibly can. And when we achieve a maybe more or less perfect announced game, we would be very hyper, and that's probably the most cherished moment in the games period.